Hey, welcome to Web3 Reviews. This is Zach. Thank you for being with us. Today, we are going to be talking about FLR and Songbird. Let's go. So what is FLR? As put by Bitso, FLR Network is a smart contract platform whose purpose is to allow the interoperability between different blockchains, including Bitcoin and XRP. The FLR token, FLR, is the native cryptocurrency from the FLR networks. FLR was built by Hugo Filion and Sean Rowan, with the goal of enabling smart contract functionality for multiple networks. FLR is technically an EVM Layer 1, an Ethereum virtual machine Layer 1, but is considered a Layer 1.5 solution, which means it combines elements of both Layer 1 and Layer 2 solutions. It operates as a standalone network, like a Layer 1 solution, but also allows for interoperability with other blockchain networks through the use of its unique consensus mechanism and integration with the Ethereum virtual machine. FLR combines two core protocols, the State Connector and FLR Time Series Oracle Series, FTSO. The State Connector is a bridge between the FLR network and other blockchain oracles, while the FTSO is an oracle service that provides time-based data to the FLR network. So FLR will only ever have 100 billion tokens. FLR tokens are used to pay for transaction fees, execute smart contracts, and provide collateral for the issuance of assets on the FLR network. So for example, F assets are going live, and they're going to start on Songbird, which is the canary network for FLR, and we'll talk about that in a moment. In order to start earning money on your assets like XRP and Bitcoin, you will need to burn FLR and Songbird at a 2-to-1 ratio to onboard that XRP and Bitcoin onto the FLR network or Songbird network and start earning. FLR can be used by data providers on the FLR network to stake as collateral in order to participate in the network's consensus mechanism and earn rewards for providing accurate data. So you stake or delegate your FLR tokens or other assets, and you will be rewarded by FLR. This is absolutely huge. I used Nexo and BlockFi in the past. I've used the Bitrue piggy bank as well. And all of this really sketched me out because you had to rely on a third-party organization that you didn't really trust to hold your keys. And with that, they could leave at any time. And we saw that happen with BlockFi. They left. They took your crypto. They said it was bankruptcy and they used your tokens to pay for the bill. So FLR and Songbird are going to take away the need for that third-party company. FLR and Songbird assets, F and S assets, are going to give you a way to stake and earn rewards on tokens that were not smart contract eligible. And to start off the bat, it's going to be Litecoin, Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and XRP. And what is Songbird? Songbird is the canary network, which for those who don't know, that is a live testnet. Think about a testnet as a place where the money is not real. A canary network is a place where the money is real. So in order for a product or service to make its way to FLR, like F assets, it first has to make it through the training ground, which is S assets. Hugo has come forward and said that Songbird will always be more technologically advanced than FLR. And it is needed to be noted that there is only 1/5 the amount of tokens for Songbird than there ever will be for FLR. There's only 20 billion Songbird, there's 100 billion FLR. So let's take a look at the founder of FLR here, Hugo Filion. Oh wait, that's David Schwartz and Hugo mixed together. Alright, just a joke. Here's Hugo here. But let's take a look at what David himself has to say. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. Let's take a listen to what he has to say about Songbird networks.
If you first handle real money and it's billions of dollars, I think we've all seen some of the disasters in the industry with projects that scaled up to huge amounts of money before they had the technical wherewithal to be able to handle those amounts. I think it's responsible what FLR did, where they built Songbird, and Songbird is handling real money, but it's not sort of their live network. It's like an experimental intel. What FLR did, where they built Songbird, and Songbird is handling real money, but it's not sort of their live network. It's like an experimental and test network where you can sort of fail more gracefully. But if it succeeds, then FLR will launch with much more confidence.
So that's what David Schwartz had to say, and I love to hear it. Earlier this year, when XRP had their AMM go live, which allowed you to make money on your XRP, there was an error, and David Schwartz acknowledged that this was the purpose of Songbird Network, and that having a canary network to flesh out technical tools was extremely important. Let's look at some comments from around the FLR and Songbird community now, and these are some good accounts to follow if you want some accurate information. So here we had FLR Network on X. Be your own bank, they said. How? I asked. F assets. Here we have David Sicarios at Sicarios David. He says, with Flare networks, we move beyond my blockchain versus yours mentality. Collaboration unlocks unprecedented value. Connect everything. Then we have at Dan Rocky, a great account in the Flare and Songbird community, saying he agrees 100%. Then there's the Flare Oracle _IO. They say true, there are so many high quality projects out there. There's reasons enough to use each other's strengths and connect all utility. I don't know about you. So David Sicarios goes on to respond to Flare Oracle. You're spot on. Rather than being stuck in walled gardens, imagine if that amazing gaming NFT from Blockchain X could power up your character in a game built on Blockchain Y. And this reminds me of Gala Games, the Gala Collective. Hopefully what we're going to see with Spider Tanks. Hopefully what we're going to see with the assets from Mirandus. Hopefully this stuff will get used in more places than just one. The Vox assets. Think about it. Dan Rocky quotes Hugo Philion here, saying, the first of its kind, most secure bridge in the entire space. F assets. And Hugo Philion had said, understanding F assets is simple. It's the only bridge for Bitcoin, XRP, Doge, and other non-smart contract tokens that is secured through direct over collateralization, i.e. verifiable economic security. Trick Daddy responds, the amount of Flare required to run just a fraction of the upcoming projects is massive. Parabolic would be an understatement. That's incredibly bullish. And then there's this mathematical equation going around, which says that if we just get 1% of the overall Bitcoin market cap on Songbird assets, S assets, we will see a token price of $400 per Songbird. And that sounds ridiculous. Right now the price is 1 penny. But hey, you know, some hopium never hurt people. And if you really think it's gonna do well, do you need it to go to $400 if it's at 1 penny? Just get enough so where if it hits $1, you'll be happy. That's a times 100. That's my philosophy. And then we have this math equation more broken out here. And we see the numbers based on amount of XRP, XLM, Doge, Litecoin, Algo, Filecoin, and Bitcoin that would be needed to just match the overall market cap of Songbird. So looking at the price of Songbird here, we will see that it is sub a penny. Incredibly bullish. We have never experienced a true bull run, and I cannot wait to see it. Look at what Ethereum did from the moment it was incepted to now. It's done insane percentages. You look at Bitcoin from the moment it was created to now. Insane percentages. Flare and Songbird, they're really here to stay. And they actually introduced me to Gala Games because Gala was supposed to be a Flare FTSO. And what an FTSO is somebody who holds 30 million Flare. And by holding 30 million Flare, you have invested yourself in the ecosystem. And you're now somebody who can allow others to stake and delegate to you. By delegating, you earn your tokens for Flare every 3.5 days, for Songbird once every 7 days. This means you don't have to do anything with the network. You just get tokens. The FTSO, they have to hold 30 million Flare. They have to upkeep that, as well as they have to do some back-end technical stuff to keep the network going, right? It's above me. I don't know what it is. I know that some of these FTSOs have fallen off because they could not keep up with the upkeep. The Scandi nodes, for one. So there's a list of FTSOs, and Google Cloud is a notable FTSO. You can tell your friends, yeah, I'm getting paid by the Google Cloud twice a week. I'm a third-party provider. You're going to be able to swap tokens. You're going to be able to... But if you want to tell them more, hey, you can do it too. With as little as $10, you buy some Flare, you put it on the Bifrost or the SolidFi app, you stake it or delegate it to Google Cloud. You're in. I'm excited for this upcoming bull run. I think that these tokens are primed, being that there's utility. It has DEX capabilities. You're going to be able to swap tokens. You're going to be able to stake tokens that you weren't previously able to stake. I know Flare is starting to take part in AI. I'm interested to see where that goes. And while the Gala FTSO thing fell through, I think that there will be some Gala Flare partnerships in the future. And I'm excited to see those. I don't know what it'll be, but I'm excited to see it. None of this is financial advice. I'm just letting you guys know where I'm at with my crypto bags. I own XRP being my biggest bag. I own Flare. I own Songbird. Combined, they make up a portion that's similar to my XRP bag. I own Gala and Gala Music. My Gala and Gala Music bags are less than my Flare and Songbird bags and less than my XRP bags. This is simply because I'm constantly buying stuff in the ecosystem with my Gala. I'm constantly buying stuff with my music. I want songs, I want NFTs, I want nodes. It's really hard when you're a node runner not to be constantly spending your node money in the ecosystem. That's all I got for you today. I'm a big Flare, Songbird guy, big XRP guy. I hold Gala Music. I hold a little bit of QNT, the Overledger. I'm staking with the X-Toad, so I'm getting paid some ribbits, some S-ribbits. Those are the crypto tokens that I own. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Thank you all for being with us. Until next time, Web3 Reviews.